here we go. So everyone's been asking how I'm going to connect my mural pieces. This is my big giant mural. It's a Union Jack heart. So this is the middle panel. And then I've got one side and the other side. So I'm going to stitch these together so it'll be a whole big thing. So first things first, I'm going to show you, I put extra loops on both sides of my middle piece. So they're on both edges. Now how I did that, grab some bands. So let's say this is the last row I loomed. We'll just do 4, since that's pretty much the standard. Okay, so act like this is the last row I already pulled. So I need to make outside loops so I can have these little loops to pull through to sew. So normally for your horizontal bands on a mural, you would just go across 4 pegs like that and then loom. Or that you put your horizontal bands, then you'd put your next set of bands, pull that up. Here, let me do this. These just happen to be sitting here. So I put my horizontal band on, then I put these guys. And then I would pull, which my hook is downstairs, I'd pull the horizontal up, and then loom these bottom ones up and over. Well, I need an extra loop on the outside, like this. So what I did, pull these guys off. So on both ends, both sides, so on this side over here and this side over here, I put loops, because this one's going to have connections on both sides. But if you're just doing a 2-panel mural, obviously you would only need your extra loops where they're going to connect. So to get an extra loop, I put it over the first 3, so over the first 2 of the ones, and then an extra peg so it hangs off. And then I do my across 4. And then I would put my bands on. And then you would pull your horizontal bands up and over. And then this guy's going to kind of sit, so it's just loose. But when you pull these over, which I can't do, when you pull these over, these will be sticking out. Or you can pull them out later if they get sucked in. But, and I did one of these extra ones on every other row. So I did 1 row with it, then I'd do a row without it, and then I'd do a row with it. So I did it at every other row. So I've got it evenly spaced all down my project. So that was just a little tutorial there. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to sew my 2 panels together. You're going to need a crochet hook. You can probably use your rainbow loom hook wherever I put it. There it is. It's just easier with a crochet hook because it's pointy. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip over your project to the back. And then you're going to take whichever side. We're doing this side. And we're basically going to pull these loops. I guess I need to pull it down. We're going to pull these loops through these rows. So these loops are going through two rows. So when we pull them through, we're going to pull them to 2 rows over here. Doesn't matter which end you start on. I'm going to start at the top. And you want to basically have it so you're going to have it line up So that one seems to be up here, so I'm going to go through 2 rows. So I've got 4 bands and 4 bands at this loop here, like that. And then I'm going to pull this loop through. Now this is essentially Courtney Nicole's How to Loom Your Dragon. This is how she does her stomach attachment. I'm just doing it for my mural. So, and then you just pull them, and since it's tight, you're gonna have to just do it as you go. So you take the loop you pulled through. Yeah, I kind of skipped ahead, I guess. The loop we pulled through, I'm gonna put it on 2 fingers. Then we're gonna go to the next one, which should be the next. You skip a row. That way, it's every other one, and it should line up. Ugh. Can't do it. There. Now we're gonna stick our fingers through the first loop, pull this loop through that, and then we're gonna open that up, and we're gonna do that again, and you just go all the way down, every other one. I might need my bigger crochet hook, so I'm gonna hold it with my thumb and go like that. Fingers through, skip one, there we go, stick my thumb in there. It's hard to see with clear bands, I'm sorry, but that's what I use for my horizontal bands. And again, you just go every other one. So this one went through there, so I need to go through this one. Whoop. There we go. Maybe if I do that, it'll be better. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. I'm gonna grab my bigger hook. Oh crap, but if it tears my bands, whatever. Okay, let's go every other one. And like I said, we're just gonna do this all the way down. If you pull it out, you can grab it like that and let go. Skip one. Now this should hold it nice and tight. So I'm gonna stick my fingers through this loop, keep holding this one with the hook, and grab it before I let go with the hook. There we go, much easier. There we go, and see, that should keep it nice and tight so it's right next to itself and my lines are lining up really good. Now when we flip it over, I'm going to just stick my hook through here so we can flip it over, and then you can't see the seam. So here's where I stopped, and look, it looks just like it was part of the pattern. So you just keep doing that all the way down. You just go every other one. Flip it back. I'm going to grab that with my fingers again. Every other one. And the bands are really stretchy, so, I mean, don't be too afraid to stick your fingers through there. On mine, I tried to shuffle back and forth because you're supposed to do like 4 bands, or you're supposed to do your horizontal band across 4 pegs. But in mine, obviously some rows were longer than others, so I measured, like I would go, okay, like I'm ending on this peg here where this line is. So I would measure to see how many 4s I needed, and if I had extras, so here's 4, and then 4, then 4, then 4, then 4. So hey, that one just has 4s. So if it was ending on the next peg, you'd know that you needed one that had 5. So that was another little thing I figured out. I haven't been doing murals long. This is only my second one. But I went big. Go big or go home, right? This did take, I'd say, a week and a half. Just because I work a lot. I did get all of one of the side panels and half of another side panel all in one day yesterday. So I literally worked on it when I got up. I started working on it, and I worked on it off and on all day. I would work on it until I couldn't stand it anymore. And then I would put it down for a while, and then I'd just come back to it. Because it does get very monotonous, especially when it's a big mural like this. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Anyone watching Doctor Who right now? They should be. Anyone that's a Doctor Who fan should be watching Doctor Who. BBC America is doing a Doctor Who takeover week starting yesterday. Because Saturday is the season premiere. So that's what I did while I was working on my mural. I watched Doctor Who all day. Well, not all day. It started at 1. So I watched Dirty Jobs, and then I watched Doctor Who for the rest of the day. Okay, almost to the end. And then I'll show you how I'm going to figure out how to tie this off. So friggin' hot. Okay, 2 more it looks like. 1. And this guy. And this one at the bottom is just going to be ignored, I think. Yeah, that looks good. So, to tie it off, what you can do is you can just take a C-clip and C-clip it. Let's see. Stick my hook through here real quick to hold it. Oh man, oh, there's one. I guess that's probably the simplest way to tie it off. Let's just go somewhere, clip it, and then just take your, oh, that's too far. I guess you need to clip it close. Okay, I'm gonna go, I guess, over here. Just grab some bands, take your little band and clip it. Easy, easy peasy. I have these little tails here that I'll have to pull in. The only problem I had with my entire mural was I ran out of red bands. I was 8 bands short. But there we go. It looks like there is no seam. It pulled it tight, just like there was nothing there. And it was really right along here. This row here was the same. And you can't even see it. So, I know I start right here, so it goes past this here. And look, it doesn't look like there's a seam there at all. Now, you just do the same thing if you have a massive mural like mine, and you would just sew up the other panel the same way. You just want to make sure you do it on the back, because you can see it on the back. You can see where the stitched line is. But there you go. That is the end of that. Now I'm going to show you something that I came up with for my loom. This is just something simple. When I loom, I have my loom sitting on my lap, or my knitting board. I have it sitting on my lap. I put my horizontal bands on with it laying flat. Put my put these bands on with it laying flat. But then when I loom, I flip it so it's up on its end like this, and I pull the bands over. So when I did that, it was tearing up my legs. The bolts. I'll show you. It's got these big long bolts. And these were like digging into my legs. So I just took a paper towel, tore it in half. So this is like half a paper towel. And then I folded it into a tiny little square. And then I just bunched it around the end like that. And then used a rubber band, a regular rubber band, not a rainbow loom. And put it around there, and then I just captured the edge of the wing nut so it won't fall off. That way, when I flip it up on its end, the paper towel protects my leg. So that was just another little thing I came up with. Simple, but very, very, very helpful, especially when you're doing a long project that you're going to be flipping it and 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 flipping it. So there you go. I hope this is helpful, and I will put this up on my channel as soon as I can. I will also, I'm still working on my big project. It's taken a lot longer than I thought it would take. I thought I could get it done in a couple days. It's ended up taking like a week. But it will be up. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet because it's a surprise, and I cannot wait to share it on Facebook and on my YouTube channel, and I hope other people make it because I am going through a lot of trouble for it. So stay tuned. So you should subscribe to my channel because it is a really awesome rainbow loom project. And it is a 3 loom project again, just like my beer wagon, but way more intense. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned, and like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.